Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about section 6.5, the division property of exponents, day 2. Last night for homework you had an investigation that hopefully led you to discover the division property. In case you didn't do it or you got confused, we're going to review it. So first of all, the definition of, let me choose a new color. The definition of the division property is for any non-zero value of b and integer value, that's not how you spell integer, integer values of m and n if you have b to the power of n divided by b to the power of m, it is the same as b to the n minus m. Okay, so that is the definition of the division property. The nice thing about it is if you forget it, you can always recreate it. For example, if I gave you x to the 7th divided by x squared. Now this is what you did in your homework last night, hypothetically. So that is the same as x to the 7th is x times x times x times x times x, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, divided by x times x. X divided by x is going to cancel out and be 1. We have another x divided by x, which cancels out and is 1. So this simplifies to be x to the 5th. Okay, that's going to happen every time, and so that's how we get this idea of n minus m. We reach that conclusion by saying, hey, look, every time I have a certain amount of variables up here and down here, they'll cancel out, therefore I can subtract. The big thing is they have to have the same base. Okay, so moving on to another example. If I gave you 8x to the 9th, y to the 5th over 2x, y cubed. First of all, you should look at your 8 over 2. What is 8 divided by 2? Well, 8 divided by 2 is 4, and so that's what you're left with. Then look at your x to the 9th over x. We can use the division property, therefore subtract. So what's 9 minus, now remember this technically has an exponent of 1. So 9 minus 1 is 8. So we have x to the 8th, y to the 5th, over y to the 3rd. 5 minus 3 is 2. So we are left with, y squared. So that's our final answer. And that's the work that needs to be shown. Worst case scenario, if you forget, you can show all of this work right here, although it'd be a lot of extra work. All right, third example, 12 j to the 10th, z to the 12th, over 24 j to the 3rd, z to the 10th. So first look at the 12 over 24. 12 and 24 are both divisible by 12. So 12 divided by 12 is 1. So we don't need to write anything. 24 divided by, well, I guess you could put a 1 here. 24 divided by 12 is 2. So we have a 1/2. Looking at the, here I'll color code this. J to the 10th over j to the 3rd. 10 minus 3 is 7. So we have j to the 7th. Notice my 2 stays in the denominator and my j to the 7th automatically goes to the numerator. It always does when you subtract. And again, it's because of this reasoning. Everything cancels in the denominator here. Okay. Now, need one more color. I've got z to the 12th over z to the 10th. 12 minus 10 is 2. So we have z to the 2nd power. And that's our final answer. Now we technically don't need this 1 because what's 1 times j? It's just j. So we can just leave it as, here I'll center it because that's going to bother me. J to the 7th, z squared all over 2. Alright, example 4. Why don't you try to do this? Oh, no, I'll do it with you. Okay, so this example, we'll do parentheses 6x to the 8th all to the 2nd over 3x to the 3rd. So this one's slightly harder because of this exponent of 2. We can't just use the division property. We first have to simplify the numerator. So to simplify the numerator, we can use the power property. So this will become, remember if this is 6 to the 1st, 6 squared, and then we do x, and we multiply 8 times 2, which is 16. The denominator can stay as is. Now let's simplify the numerator. So 6 squared is 36. And then finally we can simplify even more. So 36 divided by 3 is 12. And x to the 16th over x to the 3rd, well 16 minus 3 is 13. So we have x to the 13th. And we're done. So your homework tonight is going to be practicing with exponents, and you'll be using all the properties of exponents so far. So the division property, the multiplication property, and now the division property. It's important that you use your notes to help you. And tomorrow I'll be giving you guys a warm-up that's going to have some more challenging problems in it. So make sure you do all of the homework problems and correct. Okay? Have a great night.